Demon Deacons, and the fans have been ready to get things started since early in the day. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. And the Wolverines will put total leather and will get started. Deacons return team certainly didn't do the offense any favors there. Here he comes, and
he's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are school runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. From the gun, the running back has it. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line, pick up a 4. Now they'll face 3rd and 4 in their first possession of the game. Receivers telling the quarterback what got the back over the middle. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down. The Demon Deacons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
And the Demon Deacons are flying down the field. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
This defense has the ability to get pressure on the QB from the edge. And I don't necessarily mean from defensive ends, but from the outside linebackers. These guys get in their sprinter stances, and they come off the ball. That outside linebacker showed you his speed right there.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he left the first defender grabbing at air before he was finally tackled. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense had them backed up, and then they're in the neutral zone, and the offense will say thank you very much. Defense made that job a little easier after the encroachment. It's 1st and 5. Gives him the big stiff arm. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I think throughout the week in practice, when they were game planning their opening script, I don't even know if they envisioned it going as well as it has. This has been beautiful. Nice balance, really nice rhythm. It feels like everything they're dialing up here on their first drive of the game is working to perfection.
Now from inside the red zone. Throws to the wideout. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. To a drive there of 84 yards. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So Michigan's offense will have its first possession of the game. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Here they come first, and they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Sweet cut there. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Trying to impose their will with the run. Plows ahead for a pickup of 1 to the 32. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
You know, this is a running back who wants the ball, and he wants the offense to run through him. Really nice job there on the third down of this opening drive for his offense. I can't wait.
Unleashes one deep. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan. Talk about a breakdown in coverage. That might be the easiest catch he'll have all day.
It doesn't get much easier than that, except the hardest part about this is the walk to the sidelines, because then you have to justify what happened, and your defensive coach is going to be just a smidge upset that you left that guy wide open in the end zone for the big play.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Fires to the tight end. Still running at the 40. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. You find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end. A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. Wide open downfield. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. The Demon Deacons come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll try the run. Not much running room. He's got 1 down to the 12. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Give to the running back. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. They'll mark it at the 8.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. Second period ought to be a lot of fun. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. Movement here from the tight end. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
And you've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
It's complete on the right side. Ball's out. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. On the move, he fires. And stampeding through the defense. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, that's a really nice job surveying the field and delivering an accurate throw. You know, when I think back to Michigan quarterbacks, I think of guys like Elvis Grbac or Tom Brady, Jim Harbaugh, Brian Griese, guys that could hurt you throwing the ball from the pocket, surveying the field, reading defenses, and making quick decisions. This guy has the ability to do all of those things.
Fast motion from the offense. They'll leave it with him. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
What a nice run there. And from the beginning of time, Michigan football has been synonymous with running the football. You can think back to Tyrone Wheatley, Anthony Thomas, Chris Perry, Hassan Haskins, big physical runners that also had sprinter speed and that could change the game. This dude right here, every time he has the football, he has the ability to go the distance, and that's what makes this Michigan offense so dangerous.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Gets it out quickly.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So when you're running a go, when you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space to get some positive yards.
Makes the catch. It's Everett. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. 3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to get it through the air. Tight end finds a soft spot. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating when you got the offense moving a little bit and you put that thing on the deck, Jesse. But move on, reload, forget about it.
At the end of the day, it's just fundamental football, right? They practice it all week. 5 points of pressure. Every ball carrier has to have it. They just got to do a better job moving forward.
They'll throw it on first down. He's got his man. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
I'll tell you, man, I love quarterbacks that have arm talent, but that can throw it accurately at the same time, and you saw all of it on that end route.
They'll try the left side. He goes down at the 47 after a 5-yard pickup.
You start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
They'll give it to him again. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And the Demon Deacons with the 1st and 10. He's going to pass. He'll throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces 2nd down. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They were really starting to put a drive together. And after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He wants to throw. Coming after it. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw, trying to get to it. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Well, that's their 3rd sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this was one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front. And they are.
He wants to go deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Demon Deacons will call on their punt team. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be. Oh, misjudges it a bit and muffs it.
Kicking team.
Too much contact after the fair catch signal, and it'll cost him here. First down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the big fella. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking to move it through the air. Unloads to the wideout. On target over the middle. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
It's important on offense in the passing game. You've got to have balance. And I mean, you've got to be able to attack different thirds of the field. You've got to work the perimeter to both sides. You've got to let the defense know, too, that you're not afraid to go over the middle. And they did right there.
He finds a dead spot in the middle. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Wolverines have taken it inside the 20. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Lets it fly. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up, and keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Ball security going to be paramount this time, Jesse.
Yeah, and sense of urgency, too. They're trailing in this game right now. The turnover wasn't great, so, David, they really got to be able to put something positive together on this drive.
Put something positive together, be aggressive, but don't be reckless. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
Fires Goes into traffic. It's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And you don't see this very often. The big defensive linemen, you see these guys rush the quarterback most of the time, but how confusing is it, Palmer, when it looks like they're rushing, they drop in coverage and make the big interception?
Well, I don't think that quarterback thought he could even make the play. How about the eye-hand coordination and his ability to snatch the football out of the air? I mean, that was crazy athleticism, well-deserved. That's going to make the highlight reel for sure.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Snagged in the middle. It's Everett. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And it's 3rd down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. From the left hash, and this distance ought to make that angle pretty easy to handle. They'll play it safe and try for 3. No good. And the margin remains at 7 after the miss.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Time to take a shot. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Demon Deacons will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the 2nd half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Going to try to get it himself. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Leaves it with the running back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
It's just simple. Simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Here's the handoff. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Off-play action on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They go to the draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And they sniff that draw out. With a draw unit, you're going to have to sell that pass like you're going to throw the ball down the field. But the defensive line, the defense was not biting it. You could tell they were ready for it. Came, got on the running back, got him on the ground quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's 1st down at the 27. They'll give it on the counter. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He got a hand in there. Knocks it away. Incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on the schedule.
makes his connection. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time. And they fake the fake, and he wants to throw. And they thought they could pull off the surprise. Well, the surprise was on them. A stop. You want to be bold and daring, but sometimes you got to know when to just take the three. Looking to go up top on first down. Back open in the middle. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. That last completion sets him up on second down. The give to the tailback. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now on the option. He'll toss it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Pressure coming. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Zings it complete to the right. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Listen, if I'm a QB, second down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable third down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the first. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He uncorks a bullet to the right. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that.
Gonna take a shot. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
I think everybody thinks when you say middle of the field safety, that's an easy responsibility. There's a lot of field in the middle, okay? I got to cover a lot of space. He does an unbelievable job covering space, breaking on the football, seeing the route.
And the dive and the grab along the right sideline. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense has...
And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Michigan.
This is a defense that prides themselves on getting turnovers, and it starts with the pass rush.
Crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this. Year after year, Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to play the run. It's a fun spot to be in as a DC.
Hit as he throws. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on second down. From the gun, looking for a man. Unloads it left. Complete downfield. He's brought down, but they're on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Right down the middle. Got his man. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Demon Deeks. Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back.
Illegal touch. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Power football with the run. Great move there. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a 1st down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
Running through contact. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
1st and goal on the mission.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Try to barge their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. Up and over, Yabo be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it, a lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Looking to throw.
Quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Out of the backfield, he's open. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On second down, he'll let it fly. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They have it at the 43, third and short, trying to avoid making a decision on fourth down. He wants to throw it again. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And it's his fourth interception of the night. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
After the first down completion, it's second and short. Leaves it with the back. At the 20, he's got space. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And they can't make the connection.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was in it.
Touchdown, Michigan! And the beatdown has ensued. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory. And they tack on the extra point. It's 35-13.